Alrighty. This is an entirely scuffed Path of Exile 1 versus 2 stream. I'm getting over a cold, so I'm going to cough a bunch. I'll try and mute as I can, but no guarantees. Like I said, it's extra scuffed. And this is just, I made a YouTube video, but I suddenly realized, wait, I could be streaming. So I'm doing that instead, and hopefully it all works. We shall see. But most importantly, we're going to start here. I started a Arc Witch to do a demo of the differences between Path of Exile 1 and 2. And now I'm coming right back in. We're here in the new league. And my favorite. Raw. Yeah. You offered me service, but I was a jerk and I didn't accept your service. So now I'm stuck on this stupid beach. And nobody loves me and all I got's a club. And the only thing I do is lash out. No! You were my favorite guy. No! That's right. So, big differences right away. We have linked gem slots. They're colored. You receive skill gems. You're going to find lots of them. You're going to buy lots of them. They're all over the place. So you slot these in. If you, let's see. So if I left click on a slot, it gives me the option of where to put these things. At the moment, I just have the one skill. I have a standard strike and I have a heavy strike. Good enough. And so we've got zombies to kill. My heavy strike does a lot more damage, but it starts using up mana. So I can just swat them with my thing. They do damage, but I'm a big old barbarian. And just like in the other game, we got something that's blue. It will need to be identified. And immediately got some equipment. Not bad. And that's, to me, that's the key thing in this game. I get gear. I get so much gear. It's falling all over the place. And it's a loot pinata when you beat certain bosses. It's just my favorite part of the whole experience. So that right there is a huge difference between Exile 1 and 2. Is so much less loot. And yeah, well, this loot is meaningful. I don't want meaning. I want loot. I came here to this crummy island. I want piles and piles of junk. And I'm probably going to sell it. And that's my decision. Even better. We're now effectively a sword and board. I'm going to move this over to my preferred slot. So my run with the witch didn't get nearly as much loot, so I'm already a step ahead. Get my first little magic item. And it's just, this is how the game goes. I hate these little crab guys. And right away, it's a very, you run up and hit things, just like Diablo 2, which is what much of this game came out of, that aesthetic. So get into the fight, smash people, and there we go. I live to see another dawn. Now, I'm not using a guide. I've played PoE lots, but I don't care. I'm going to revel in the worst way to do this, which is look at this. Look at this mess. Let's zoom out even further. Ah, Barbarian. Here's the whole passive tree, and this is what usually kills people's interest right away. You got to be kidding. Yeah, they're not. So right off the bat, I have two choices. I can get more life, good, and I can do more damage. I kind of like that. Excuse me. I can get more armor and more life. I want more life. The Barbarian needs more life. So armor, 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 if I go down this path. Okay, that's a way. Damage, 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 until I get over to here. If I go up here, I start boosting skill stats, which boost everything, and I do hit harder, get more life and stuff. So we'll head up this way, because I think what I'll do is I'll loop up here and then start coming down these. Why not? Okay. My first big decision, and get more life. That's the important thing. I do not play this like a pro. I've just played the game for quite a while, and it's highly entertaining to me. So you're not going to see an optimal run or anything like that. Probably blow up here because it's just a game. Now I have plate armor. Who are you? I am in plate armor. I don't even clank. Clank, clank, I am a tank. And even though some of those have a possibility of exploding, you kick every single one. You never know what might be inside. Urgh. So one thing that you find is barbarians have no mana. So see, there we go. Wasn't that nice? Great big explosion in my face. There is healing in the sense of you do get life regeneration eventually. In fact, there's a whole character build for the Barbarian that relies on that is really a lot of fun. It's the Righteous Fury Juggernaut, and what that means is that you have an aura that is burning you the whole time it's on, and it means it burns everybody around you. Isn't that nice? Sharing is caring. So you run around on fire, and you get your health regen high enough. Who cares? Yeah, I'm a little on fire. A little burny today. Not a problem. So you can see I'm mostly using the oh, and again, a lot of strafing, and I can take a hit from him, but I shouldn't. There we go. He's got his second phase. Heals to full. And he hits hard. So with other characters, this can be a really long fight. Take everything, and I may sell it. Who knows? Oh, my gem just leveled up. Nice. So yeah, gems have levels, and they gain experience as you fight. That's, again, another point of difference. You don't level them up with other gems. Alrighty. Hooray! I'm scrolling so you can read this afterwards. Sorry. Dun, 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 dun. An island, you say? Go get a medicine chest. Great. Thank you. I learned it from you. Howdy, Rabbit. Thanks for popping in. Yeah, I'm just making a little tutorial on the differences between Path of Exile 1 and Path of Exile 2. And just, whoops, get back to the game. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for popping in. Let's see. Ground Slam. Yes. I suppose I don't have to go far. We want to sell items. Let's see. It's 9, 7, 2 link. So this has 2 red slots. Oh, that is a thing when you're selling stuff. An identified item is better than one that isn't. Ooh, 2-handed mace, very nice. And so that this gives me currency within the game. Nice. It says you're moderating right now and doing well. I'm glad to hear that, Rabbit. Good to see you. Yeah, I created a tutorial on the Arc Witch. Excuse me just a sec. And so I have played. Yeah. Let's level up. I've played, an hour of this yesterday, and I kind of got the itch to come back because the game grabs hold of me, and it's highly entertaining. I'll keep the blues. This is junk. Wool is not... Well, I should say wool could be any number of things. Let's see what it is. Extra rarity. You know what? Sure. I'm not fighting much at the moment, so not a big deal. And now we come to our first decision point of how do I want to fight. So here we are, sword and board. Yeah, okay, so there... Oh, this is a hard one. This mall has 3 link. So I'm going to hold on to that for a moment because I could get through 2 reds, which are my primary color, and 1 green. The colors also correspond to your primary statistics. So red for strength, green for dexterity, blue for intelligence. Oh. All right. I don't care about rarity. I care about links. Links always have priority because you can do more when things are linked together. There isn't any preference as to where you put stuff, just wherever the thing fits. So now I've got my heavy attack. Change that to the ground slam. Change that back to there. And I'll keep the heavy strike in reserve. So the decision there is I want links. I want to... This Driftwood Mall of Needling, but it's got just a green in it. That's why it's kind of crummy. You can have multiple types of equipment, and so it's not great, but it's magic, which is more than I had. Oh, so that's where, let's just move these, and I'm going to hover this, Ruthless Support. Up at the top, if you look, there are code words: slam, support, melee, attack, strike. Okay, this is a slam and a melee. So ground slam could be updated with Ruthless Support. So I'm going to be doing this a lot. The heavy strike, not so much. Man, that's a nice two-handed blade. But a two-handed sword, if you look at these, wants slam. Let's see. Requires an axe, mace, scepter, staff, or unarmed. So I need a axe, a mace, two-handed mace, one-handed mace. There you go. That's where these decisions come in. So I'm just going to become a great big two-handed barbarian. This stuff is for sure junk. I just leave this alone. We'll go over here. And again, you get a lot of loot and you sell a lot of loot because you're just desperately trying to get currency so you can go and beat up other things. Okay, so things are going to be a little different. He's real happy. So we're running around. Let's see what happens when we meet our first new enemy. I'm going to leave that alone for a moment. I hear the grumble of zombies. Hi, guys. There we go. The Ruthless Support gem already leveled up. Nice. Let's... So, smashing things with a giant two-handed hammer or club, you know, it has the style of no style. And it starts generating these big shock waves, and just hard to argue with success. And the my Arc Witch is still around, so if I wanted to grab equipment from her, I could certainly do that. I am bong. Oh, and there is no pause in this one, so I have to find a safe space before I start fiddling with equipment and stuff. You don't have an automatic return to base. You receive town portal scrolls instead. Oh, I got a chain belt, so there's another handy little item. Oh, it's this goofus. Man, I just cannot run fast enough once he starts that. Let's go see how this works. Okay, we're at 106 life. Give me more strength. Good. So I went up a little bit. That's what I want. And now we run on back to the big jerk. Pick up another item. So nothing particularly different. Yep. Your man, these things take a while. There we go. It's just very slow to yeah. Okay, this is there we go. So we got a pile of junk. Great. And the other thing you notice is the first area is so much smaller than in Path of Exile 2. That's another thing that immediately jumped out is, you know, I'm in the first zone? Yep. So as we progress, and we will pick a couple areas tonight, just swat them. Oh. Anyway, as we run around, we will see that you can get through an area pretty quickly. Speedrunners have this down to a science. They just they ignore all the low-level trash and just run. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Yeah. Because a waypoint lets me get back to town without spending a town portal scroll. And it also lets me, you know, save my progress in the zone. So, double bonus. Hello. Okay. Critical strike versus cold resistance. Resistances are very helpful. So we will switch to that. As I said before, links, the number of links you have are critical. I don't have any plans for the club. So you can go, you know, effectively sword and board. I could have just a single club, which would give me more defense. That's very helpful, and I'm a sloppy player, so that would be good. But it really is entertaining. So you see the physical damage, 12 to 20 versus 6 to 8. Just there's no comparison when you have the two-handed weapons for how much swatting you can do. Otherwise, oh, and I got this, which gave me energy shield. Yay! We love that. I've gained one level. I need another level, and then I think I can start getting some of the funnier items. But let's see what's here. We got Shield Crush, Smite. Ground Slam. So what am I doing? Yeah, I'm using Ground Slam. Okay. Chance to stun is good. Molten Strike, Heavy Strike, Glacial Hammer. I think I really, let's see. This does lightning damage, which is handy. Yeah, we'll stick with Ground Slam for right now. Alrighty. Back to here. And we're off to... We're not going to go to the next area, the mud flats. Excuse me. We are headed to pick up the medicine chest. Something I've done plenty of times is I will play kind of a hybrid character early on just because that's how I like it. I like having my little zombie bros. So you create a witch character, level her up in this first area, and then you can buy the Raise Zombies gem. Go buy one or more of those, and as long as you have enough int, you can slot it. So that's one you don't want to level up, or you just buy a brand new one. Ta-da! And then you can use your zombie bros as kind of meat shields. Sorry, zombie bros. You're good guys, but I'm the main heavy hitter here. Let's see. So let's do this one. Dun dun dun. Usually it's a bad idea to die on these. Use your heaviest attack. Alrighty. So we've completed that. These are all red. That's great. There's no penalty to me to upgrade those. We've got another one. Making our way around. Dun 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 dun. A little more life and more damage. Good. Pretty quick here. We should run into the guy that I'm looking for. There he is. I am stuck. There we go. Oh, I don't want to freeze. Okay, so we go for in order. We want the yellow. Again, get a portal scroll. Let's skip all this junk. And again, just being cheap and not... I only have the one scroll, and it's going to be more useful as we get to the next zone. It's just a ridiculous huge hammer. Hello. Bam. There's Molten Strikes, and there's some other ones that are equally entertaining. And when we get back to town, I'll heal up just as part of being in town. So that's another nice thing, another good reason to go back. There we go. Doing our first good deed. We want our speed, ancestral call. Ooh, extra targets. Let's see. It does do heavy strike, but not ground slam. That's okay. Momentum. Oh, and notice here, green. So let's see. Lose momentum if you move. I don't think that's as good. Chance to bleed. Fantastic. Bleeding is hugely, hugely helpful. So ancestral call is nice. Let's see. Minion. Account support val skills or triggered skills. Yeah, no, we're going for bleed support. Oh, thank you. There we go. This is why you want linked equipment. So now my ground slam is modified by Ruthless and by the chance to bleed. So it becomes much, much nastier. There we go. And this is a 3-link. Perfect. So 20, 27, more strength, more armor. There's no downsides here. Chunk. Sometimes you get really cool equipment and it has wrong links. You can re-roll links. There's currency to do that. But like with all good things, it ends up getting very expensive. Okay. That's a cool hat. And, you know, you benefit from pretty much everything. Okay, a medium life fast. There we go. So let's see. So these are all... I don't have any currency, so I'm going to leave those alone for now. Actually, what we'll do is we will sell this and this. And again, you get more if you identify them, so we'll hold on to them for a moment. I don't have a problem with stash space. I played this game too much, so I am chock full. Yeah, I've even got a place for flasks to go. Currency will go into my currency place. So let's see. What we have now is I've got my first bigger flask, and I need it because my life is increasing. I'm going to want more mana because that's what I burn through like crazy. And I think we're in good shape to go to the next area, oh. Hello? Huh. I wonder, yeah, okay. I bumped something and I can't hear myself. There we go. Now I can. I thought I had muted. No, I just rolled one of the dials accidentally. This is the kind of high quality streaming you can expect. Very very professional. Ooh, Tarkley has a mission. Sounds good. And it is a good idea to look through and see if there's anything you're missing that he might have. Let's talk to this guy. Wait your answer in King's March. Sounds good. Thanks, Joanne. I'm not playing that long. we're still gonna run. Oh, I don't want to go that way. So I got my big hammer. I've got upgraded gear. Your equipment makes a huge deal, like in PoE2. But you can get by on some crummy gear if you have good spells and you're leveling. But good equipment, just night and day difference. And if you get to the end game, then it's all about equipment. That's how you distinguish yourself. Oh, so watch this. Here's creatures, and now they're splattered. This is the experience. This is the play cycle, or game loop, if you will, that I'm used to. This is, so there's our first blues that are, a little harder, but they still die in a couple hits. To kill is to live. So the reason I mention that is the game loop in PoE2 is so slow. It is ridiculously anemic. Whatever you got, you're just slogging. And here, there's an immediate sense of ridiculous overkill. I am playing a melee character, so I have to get right up into them. Saw that guy get the little dizzy symbol on him. Good. Clonk. No. I just wanted to be friends. Okay, so I've collected these glyphs. When people do speedruns, the other thing they do is they're always watching Tarkley's shop. They're looking for any boots with movement speed, because that's critical to being able to get through these areas. And there's lots to do, but if you're just trying to level and go crazy, then yeah, this stuff is not that interesting. Diamond. What do we got? Always criticals. Yeah, I was going to say, now's a great time to do some critical. Cool. Oh man, those dang elders. I think I saw in the side there the Power Ring was giving me some more mana, which is handy. For the moment, it's just stuff. I've said it several times now. I'm going to say it one more time. This game is dropping loot like crazy. It is just, this is the game cycle. Dropping loot, running into new areas. And there you go. That's basically it. Now there's one other zone that is optional. I'm going to run over there in just a second, but I want to pick up my waypoint. In fact, we'll go clear our bags. Yeah, Rabbit, it is so much with the love, and it came out of Diablo. I don't know if there were any developers that came directly across, but the same idea, and then they made it in this massive online thing. I have been playing this for a long time, and it has definitely been very much scratching that Diablo itch the whole time. Global physical. I like having extra shielding right now, so we'll keep that. That's a yellow. Scepter can be good, but I like my giant stone axe. So we're identifying these so we get better currency. That's the mission here. Throw this into the stash. Okay. So you can turn some types of currency into the Scrolls of Wisdom. I'm not going to do that again. I'm just picking stuff up out of habit. We're going to go back and do an optional area. Or no, we're not. We're just going to push ahead. I'll leave that in case you want to pick this up. There is an optional area. It's got a little mini boss. Go get him. Boom. So something I'm noticing is I don't know if I like this ground slam. There's a molten slam, I think, that I may be eligible for. There's all kinds of things in here. So they're hitting me with stuff that's freezing me now. So this is where, if I got some better resistances, I would have a better shot at knocking them down. So let's go do that. This is, there's going to be a lot more of these coming up, and I'm just not hitting as hard as I should. It's a skill issue. And another quest. Dun dun dun. Let's see, crushing fist. So a decoy totem are handy, because then critters. Well, it is. I need a skill gem that'll help out, but there's also just What do you mean you can't take down the blue creatures with your barely leveled self? Go get them. A blocked fist. No. Vigilant strike. It's fortification. No. Okay. Yes. Oh, and shield charge. Okay. My first movement skill. Well, now... Dang it. I say dang it because it is now hard to tell. Movement skills are very helpful. Frost Blink worked just fine. 16, and I have all the stats for it. And it's 1 Scroll of Wisdom, which is what I have. And I grabbed it without looking to see if I have a blue slot, and I do. So thank goodness for that. But what was the other one? Crush, smite. Okay, so I'm out of currency. Go here. I don't have any currency. But I've got equipment. I can't identify it. So driftwood scepter. So do I want to do shield crush? No, I really don't. I'm gonna stick with smashing things. First off, steel skin. Slot over here. And we also then are going to do frost blink. Now I usually do movement there. So this one, further damage, more chance. I don't know. So this is where they push you in a particular direction, where you have to decide: are you going to go sword and board, or are you going to go with, you know, big hammer? What do I have? I have a dumb club. I have a slightly better club. Scepters work, and they do elemental damage. Yeah, it's not good. Sword and board it. Well, oh, hey, the audience has spoken. Okay, watch this. Shunk. Shield. So I need my driftwood scepter. We're going to sell this other stuff. Okay, Nisa. It's a pretty... Yeah, I can't use that for... Okay. So let's see. So I still have my ground slam, which I can do, but we need to slot shield charge. Let me think about this. Yep. Okay, this is certainly something. It's going to be interesting. Okay, let's... Oh, and I've received skill points. One more strength, and then here we go. Attack speed, lots of strength, lots of physical. Okay, that's what I was missing. There we go. And now we can come down here into this whole tree. So... Get out of here. Life is going up. We got a little bit of shield. I'll refrain. Yes, that's in both PoE1 and 2. You can have different loadouts. If I hit X, it switches between them, so I can immediately switch back to big hammer if I need to. And even though big hammer is magical, that shield charge may make up for it. So let's see. I need currency, so I'm just picking this up stuff to sell it later. I do not have my keys set up very well, so let's see. Yep, let's do steel skin and shield charge, sure. Start having more things to manage with your different skills. And that's fine. Just boom. So the glowy yellow effect is my steel skin. Oop. Run away. Oh. That's a tricky one. She is a definite early boss. Man, once you get hit with elemental stuff, it is rough. Ooh. Let's see if we can get through these other things. There's a molten thing that I wish I remembered what level I need to be for it, because that's really what I want. I want to smash things with fire. So a rotted round shield that's yellow. Let's see how many things we can pick up. Great. Maybe one more. Nope. Since I'm next to the waypoint, I'm just headed back. So this is not, doesn't feel like I'm hitting very hard. And part of that is because I have very low equipment and all that stuff. But we're going to sell things. A 3-link gauntlet. Or it's not a 3-link, so we don't need it. So I don't, okay, I do have that. I want to identify a mana flask because I go through mana like crazy. And then 82 armor, but it doesn't have the 3-link. And this is a great big yellow, so no. But a round shield with armor and stuff might be a valuable thing. So there we go. So yeah, I'm very limited on currency right now for doing stuff, and I will be for a while. It's just the nature of this. I'm going to keep. I usually keep a couple of those. So how many flasks do we have? So here is something that I don't think you can do in the new game, but is helpful in the old game. There we go. So now we got armor and evasion, and we're ready to smack things. We're going to see a vendor recipe here in just a moment. You don't combine them, you sell them back in a specific quantity, and it upgrades to the next level. Ta-da! So that's a vendor recipe. They're documented online, of course. They don't mention them in the game particularly, but they're looking there. Oh, and then This is just a different type of currency. That's fine, I'll take it, because I don't want to burn the thing I don't have. So yeah, as you're running around, you're going to get tons and tons of flasks and stuff, and you can 3 at a time of the same kind, and it doesn't matter if they're magical or not, will upgrade to the next level. And there's again a dozen or more different vendor recipes that are out there that can be really helpful. So if you hover over this, you see that I don't have enough dexterity. That's fine. Again, I'm just trying to remember. Steel skin. I think it's just smite that I like, but ground slam. Molten magma. Okay. So molten strike sounds pretty entertaining. Glacial hammer versus ground slam. What will this get me? Yeah, 1 scroll fragment. Nope. Just not worth it. So I need more oomph. Yeah, we'll keep going. It's just more stuff will arrive. I'm going to get more goodies. So I don't need to get too worried. Let's see. So the sword and board does work pretty well. Just bonking monsters. Blah. But when you play PoE2, it is just night and day difference with how much, how hard you have to work to just kill trash mobs like this. You know, these are the most basic things. So that's where having these extra movement skills and other things are hugely helpful. Frost blink is really nice. You get movement, and you get get a jail out of jail, and you leave a trail of cold that can freeze things. So, bonk. Just like they froze me. Oh, just like the other game, the dungeons they're made of tiles. The tiles rotate and kind of reconfigure a bit, so every time you play it's a little different, but there's some general stuff that's similar feeling. Just getting smacked. Okay, so here's a decision point. I don't have a lot of intelligence. Yay for Barbarian. Jeez, go down. So when you level certain gems, they get harder, they require more stuff. So it's going to require 20 intelligence. So let's, I don't even know where to see. Is it C for character? It is. So I have barely 22, and I think I have something that's boosting it. So what I want to do is I right-clicked on it. I dismissed the thing. Ground slam, yes, 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 yes. They all take more mana, but they're all red. They're part of my primary stats. Life. Always more life. And because they're part of my primary, it's safe to upgrade them without worrying about it. But that other one, I've just basically put it on pause. I don't ever have to upgrade it. It won't work as well as a skill gem that has been upgraded. However, it's still going to work well enough to let me run around. That's all I need it for. Anyway, what I was trying to say with yeah, don't stand in the ick. You start getting hit by elemental damage, and it really just wrecks you. So none of that's a difference. That's just normal for the game. You sure about that? Yep, I'm sure about that. Not enough room. That's okay. It's just junk. Yes, there are boots that give you much better immunities. Okay, so I've been underground. You have, here, let me tab out. Here's the map. I came from way over this way. There's more in here. In fact, there's an underground area. Again, I'm going to leave some things as if you choose to play, then there's more to discover. But each area is not meant to be a slog. You're just kind of in a spot, run around, and kill a few monsters, move on to the next. And you kill and kill and kill. There's loads of stuff to swat. So again, for people that have played a ton of this, it is the way I'm going is mind-numbing. Oh yes, we're running back here. Bring this up. Do I have one more blue? Good. You know what? You gotta run with your bros. Come on, buddies. Let's go. I have always wanted a party of my friends. Come on. We are going to kill them all. So, my zombie bros are my favorite. So this one, I don't have a waypoint right away. There is one on here, but pretty quick here, I'm going to want to use my little town scroll. Oh, look at that. I got friends now. And so this one, I've got to look at it. What would it take? Yeah, I don't know. I have to look carefully to see if I can have them without running out of the ability to use it, because that is a real pain. You go and upgrade it, and then all of a sudden, oh, wait a minute, where'd my zombie bros? Oh, they're back. My favorite part of zombie bros, I'll make more. Toss that. Yep, everything's in real time, so oh, where was my last combat area? There we go. A fecund archer. Yuck. Okay, so none of this is particularly helpful, but zombie bros are. So there's lots to do in this this area is straightforward. Just run and run and run. Okay, we're going to stop here only because I mean we're headed back to town. So I'm going to burn my scroll. I am so low on all of my money that we're just going to be pack mules for a little while. Okay, so there's one after all that. A new scepter, 11 to 17. That's a big jump. Skinning knife. These are just extras. I don't know, Rabbit. You asked me how long I'm going to stream for. I'd like to get into the next area, so just Barbarian is my favorite. It's always fun to run around and be a great big goofus with this. So probably run around a little longer. And since I haven't streamed for a long while, it's fun to do. So let's see. I have a blue. I need a blue. Good enough. Yeah, let's take the plunge. We got a bunch of extra int. And we can sell that off. Yeah, I don't know. The shield certainly is a way to play. Let's see. We send this to the currency tab and then actually go look. Okay, good. I've got some currency. I'm done with ground slam. Okay, so nothing new has come up. Sense of base. Yep. Okay. Watch some logicking here. So I have two different weapon layouts. I have sword and board, and I have my other one. Now, one of the things I can do is I can make it so that ground slam is just tied to the slamming item, and I'm fine with that. And it's been okay. But I'm interested in Molten Strike. So I've got to double check here. Ruthless Support, up at the top, again, Slam Support, Melee Attack Strike. There's a Melee Strike, Attack, Physical Support. So I'm going to be causing bleeding and Ruthless Support. Good. He just gets so little. Okay, so we've got a scroll. We've got a new attack. We're going to make Molten Strike our primary. Heavy Strike is there. That's fine. And until I flip to the other thing, I won't see that other. Now, keeping it slotted lets the gem continue to build levels. So if we do decide to go back to it, it's ready to go. And we got a skill point. Heart of the Warrior. Huge! Get huge! Oh, what does Tarkley have to say to us? No. A prison with a warden. I wonder what that'll be. Okay. Oh, that's right. I'm on the ledge, but I have not found the waypoint yet. So, there we go back. And we then pick up vendor trash. So each area has a waypoint. Ah, okay, well that feels a little sad. Well, now that's depressing. But all right, we found it. There we go. Yay, an amulet. We'll start getting some life regen. Very, very helpful. Goatman. Yay, we're swatting and throwing fireballs all over. Whoop. There's a big boy. So the further away you are when you start your slam, you get some bonuses for that. Oh, who is launching? So I'm using loads of my stuff. That's okay. Flasks are there to be refilled. What? No tunic. Yeah, we're out of space, but that's okay. It's just regular. Maximum mana, maximum mana. I'll do more life. Here we go. We've killed the fawn. Somewhere around here will be the level exit. I think this is the direction. I'm going to switch weapons for a second. I'm curious to see what two-hander with change that. Oh, I see. Okay. Bring it back. So what I was curious to see... Oh, yeah, for picking up loot, it is really what's recommended is that you get a filter. And I'm not running one right now, that filters out all the junk. You get lots of loot in the game, and then you got to manage it. Because really, what I'm interested in was going to be those little gold things, and then magic items, and anything that's class specific. And the filters are pretty smart. So there's a razors filter, I think it is, and you download a little file, add it into your configuration. You can have different filters, and you can have lots of stuff going on all at once. And the critical thing then is they'll color code stuff. They'll play little sounds. That's the way to play as you're playing more of this. Because again, this whole game is about loot. Loot. Poor little zombie bros. Come on, buddies. Your zombie bros don't last long, but they're handy for distracting folks. Contagion's pretty interesting. You can cast it. It will, as you kill people, then it can spread. So you can start doing massive chaos damage. I'm not spec'd for that, so it's just another thing I could use. Okay. I think, not think, I can see. Let's bring up the map. We made a little circle. That's fine. We're not in any rush. We got goat men to deal with. And I'm going to take advantage of going back to town. So the game cycle here then, because you have so much loot and because you're starved for cash early on, you spend a lot of time. 12 to 17. Same thing has intelligence. Okay. Because you have, these limitations, you end up just being kind of a pack mule. Run back to town, sell off your stuff, back and forth. That they eliminated in the new game. They said, no, we want you to spend more time in the field. And look, these levels are now gigantically, painfully huge. So you're out there for a very long time. A buckler I don't think is going to... So armor 19 and 19. This just has evasion. I want armor pretty much. This gives me a int boost. If I take this off, nothing happens. That's good. Sometimes that's a quick way to see if you're... Oh! So I got more scrolls. Good. I'm just going to hold on to these for right now. And the scepter's been doing all right. Let's go look real quick. Let's see if Tarkly has anything. So for keywords, you can type MOV, and this has movement speed. So that's helpful. So a pine buckler might be a alternate way to get some movement speed, but it does not. Generally, you want those in your boots. But I do have the. I can't remember. Was that? Yeah, that was a. Oh, take a look. Requires 26 dexterity. That's what I was worried about. Yeah, not even close. So we will say no. Okay. Your zombies or any minions you summon are generally, you never see them in town, but they will follow you. They'll follow you through stage transitions. So if I were playing with my filters, most of this, not all of it, but a lot of it would not be present because it's just junk on the ground. You notice I'm running more slowly. That's because of these horrible totems. Kabonk, kabonk. Rawr. I need so much mana, not for skills, but because I got to keep summoning my my good buddies back. Ooh. So again, yellows are highly interesting. So let's see. Driftwood Club, it has terrible itemization. Do I have another blue? What am I putting here? Ray Zombie, which I love. Frost Blink, which is pretty good. So 7 to 9 damage. Basically everything in here is garbage. So that's too bad. This was a good club a little while ago. Increased elemental damage. Yeah, everything about it is pretty nice. It's just the damage is so low. So I don't know. I think there is... Yeah, here we go. We do have a DPS meter. Sorry, boys. That was 22. Yeah, 17.5. Main hand chance to hit. 84. 74. Not as good. Anyway, so, you know, you roll the dice. It's not... some stuff, just because it's a higher... you know, a better item in the sense of it has higher stats, doesn't mean it's going to be valuable for you. We get bigger. We get bigger. 302. 316. Yes. The Marauder is definitely the tank. It's a really good character to start with. Again, I'm not running a build. I'm just picking stuff that gives me more life. You can see how sloppy I'm playing. Well, I run directly into stuff. I stand in the big poopy. My ancestors would be sad. That's okay. One, just a game. Two, that's why we pick up all the good stuff. We continue to, load up on life and zombies. Rawr. Oh, another ring. Gives more life. Okay, boys. There we go. Hey, this looks creepy. Whee! Okay. It's a little silly to fuss with this, but that's okay. More loot, more loot, 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 loot. just very much like the Diablo games and any of that ilk. Grim Dawn is another one that's a lot of fun to play. I guess the big attraction here. So there is a story tenuously in the background here, but mostly it's figuring out a build that is entertaining and running that build through this early part so that you can then get to the end game. Because in the end game, then you have these little mini dungeons. You have maps. You go through them and kill a bunch of monsters, and you get some goodies. Do that over and over and over again. I am utterly hopeless. I've gotten to the end game a couple times. I've played forever. My fun is this opening area and just running it over and over again with different character classes and trying different builds. There we go. On to our next zone. So there's a mini boss in each zone. There can be whoops. Yep, I don't do that. Hey, there we go. There can be uniques and rares and all sorts of stuff. There's always something to fight. More goatmen. Guess what? You're coming back to life. And now you fight for me! So I'm kind of keeping an eye out, but somewhere near here, typically at the start of the level, let me turn this on, is usually where you find the waypoint for this particular level. So usually in this first spot. So I'm just going to run around a little bit because a waypoint means I don't have to burn any all of these guys on wheels. There's a lot here. Let me get rid of that. Ah! Roller derby demons. Guys, you're on wheels. You know, your little goof things are not gonna. You're not frightening anybody. Fire though, it's not so good. Bam. Can't carry it. Why not? Oh, because I got a pack full of junk, as usual. Ah, good to be back. Yeah, it just... Let's see. 2 reds. Of course I can upgrade you. PoE2 has been fun. I played, I don't know, a dozen hours or so. But part of it that isn't as familiar is just, you know, it's new areas, and that's... since I played this so much, it is nice to see some new territory. But, yeah. Rabbit says, imagine fighting, dying, only to be resurrected to fight for the other side. Yeah, exactly. Just, it's a little humiliating, you know. Come on. Jeez, guys. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Looking for my waypoint. No! You killed Bob. He was my favorite zombie. Oh well. I knew Bob. Orb of transmutation. Very nice. Bam. Not exactly in a rush. There we go. Swatting monsters. And the loop continues. Back to town to sell off. Yes, yes, I bring you more trash. Only the finest junk that... oh yeah, and yes, this one just isn't good enough. So away it goes. 12 armor, 4 shield. We'll hold on to that. We've got these, so we can do that. Great. We're starting to get more currency items and things that we can sell off. So that's all good news. So let's see. Just throw that over there. I lose some lightning resistance, and resistances are critical in this game, so I'm definitely making a trade-off. But having some more armor and more energy shield is helpful. So where we're at right now is we have another area, and then we get to the prison, and we're wrapping up the first big arc of people. Really, the differences between the two games, I think, should be pretty clear by now. There's no dodge rolling. You have to run away from things with a mouse click. There's loads of this management, lots of micromanagement. So if I want a new skill, I got to get the skill gem, and then I have to, you know, fight for equipment that I can slot it into. That's the core of this game, and it is just different. You know, I think it's kind of neutral. in PoE2. In PoE2, you get loads and loads of skill gems, and then you're like, oh, well, what do I use these for? Well, you can try other skills. I guess. You kind of end up with a rotation, and you don't you don't divert from that very much. So let's look at this loot that I've been collecting I haven't done anything with. Reforges a magic item with new modifiers. Upgrades a normal to magic. Okay. So I got 4 left. We're going to do that. There. Ta-da! Now I've got armor. These are shards that become then the full currency later. You can improve quality armor. That's usually a good idea. If you're dealing with armor, it's best to give it a higher quality before you go and run one of these other things. So that they kept in the game. I haven't seen as much of that type of currency. PoE1 has the legacy of over a decade of expansions, so there's wall of currency. There's loads of these things to collect. I highly recommend, if you start playing, watch for a sale. They run them once a month or something for tab spaces. That's where you can throw a little money at the developers and get some extra tabs, stash space. And some of these special tabs are really helpful for organizing your currencies, and a place that holds your flasks, place to hold spare gems. Just so much of that is a huge quality of life upgrade. But I think we're good for tonight. We've demoed lots of stuff. My cabinet is filling up with stuff. I could pretty easily toss this. Again, this is one of those where, well, I don't have that 3-link, and just by having a 3-link, this is already more useful because I can put more things onto this. Oh, you bet, Rabbit. Thank you so much for showing up. I really appreciate you coming by. So this game, like I said, I've played it for years. There's people that are heavily invested in it. There's tools to make it easier to build to something people have figured out. But you really only see if the build is really bad much later in the game. And there is a way to respec. It's expensive, but it can be done. So, and in the end, it's not that long. It's I don't know, 10, 12 hours or something, which doesn't seem that long, to start a new character and just run them through. The more times you do it, you'll have a stash of this stuff. Take your old, throw it in here, bam, your new character all of a sudden gets this huge upgrade in equipment, and equipment does so much for you. It's just a huge stepping stone right off the bat. And like these 2 gems, or these rings, let's see, 21 to maximum life. There, give myself an upgrade. 29 to mana. So it can be just fun. And like that Arc Witch thing, I started her, ran around. I still didn't get to the Arc spell. But she's able to buy blue gems more easily than I can. So here, as you level up, you get access to new types of gems that you can buy. If I switch to her, I would see a sea of blue and a couple red and green scattered around. So that's where you could just immediately go there, play a little bit, get your raised zombies, and then you can have your zombie bros with you. I just got lucky and one dropped for me. So, and having said all that, boy, I really like Smite. I was having fun with melee strike. This is melee strike. Yep. Okay, I'm not done yet. Sorry, false alarm. And I want that gem to keep leveling, so we'll put it over there. Smite. Let's go smite a few things. Oh no! My bros. We're back. We are so back. So now I get a little lightning aura around me. I think it's a consecration aura or something. Blizzard! Okay, we got our... Whoop! What was that? Sorry, I saw a blue thing headed this way. Ah! Something weird up here. Drawing me in. A timeless monolith. A legion encounter. I don't know what that is, but I'm sure it's a big fight. And since we're here to fight, pick up some junk. Yeah, let's do it. Let's see what happens. I have no idea what this is. I suspect I'm running out of time, and these guys are getting blizzarded, and so now, yeah. Okay, so I had to knock down as many as I could, and then those I don't think showed up. Or maybe those are the ones that showed up for me. But, yeah, it's defending a point. Huh. Yeah, some of the stuff is like, I didn't play the expansion that this was from, so I don't know. That was unusual. I figured out part of this. I have a slow weapon, so I kind of do a slow swat. It's one of the things that was confusing me. So I've had other weapon types that hit faster. A holy flame totem. Hold up, boys. Okay, so I need a red slot. I got a red slot. I'm not using... Oh, so I got smite in my primary. I'm going to set totem. Holy flame totem. And then heavy strike there. Okay, so what we've got now is a totem. You drop those and they have different effects. Holy flame will just blast flame in the direction of enemies, which is very helpful. Typically, until you specialize, you only have one flame at a time. Ah, this jerk. Okay, so I got my flame. And he shoots those nasty arrows. Ooh, a new shield. No, that's okay. I don't need a bow. I cannot carry it. Well, you're not, very helpful. Not a very willing attitude, Mr. Man. Fine. Come on, roller boys. Let's go on an adventure. All right. Getting to the end of this zone. Again, I can't stress how huge the PoE2 levels are. They're really, really big. And as a result, you're in it for quite a while, just in a single level. Yes, return to town for assistance. Thank you for your pithy saying. And I know that there's a waypoint here. And yes, we need to go back to town. So I've made it, so the prison has a couple levels, and then you meet the warden, and that's your first really big fight, so you want to prep for that. Sorry, buddy. No time to run. So if we look here, one more scan, nothing in movement speed. It's great. What do you got for me, Nessa? Brutus has been transformed. Here, take one of these. Excellent. Okay, so some of these are new. Every time they do a new expansion, they often they'll add new gems. So it's handy to look at these. So I'm looking at under supportable skills. That's been really helpful. Added fire damage is like a no-brainer. It's just great to add on. I don't want to do life tap. Flamewood. Totems gain the avenging skill trigger when hit by an enemy. No, but it's kind of fun. So added fire is the easiest one because it can boost anything I do. And I can, swat it. So I could have my zombies doing added fire damage. So I'll grab that one because it's just really helpful. Splash damage is great. My Molten Strike and Heavy Strike both, are eligible for it. Oh, and Smite is too. So 40%, and then you get splash damage versus a straight boost to extra fire. So that's the thing, is I can just buy the one that I don't take. So in here we have Ruthless. So every third one of these, it hits harder, and chance to bleed. And bleeding is nice because it does damage over time. This would help with clearing things out. As in, chewing through lots of monsters. Anyway, probably end up buying them both. So we'll get fire. There's my new quest. Okay. That is a whole lot of the game. The Brutus fight is interesting. It's your first big, really major boss. armor and energy shield. Every resistance goes up, which is helpful. More thing. So this is a good shield. And more armor. Perfect. Okay, so we'll take that. The itemization, though, means that I've got to figure out. So now we should come into, if I shift things, then all of a sudden I don't have, enough gems to hold everything. So I'm not using Molten Strike at the moment, but I'm using the Flame Totem. So I want that back. And I'm swapping Bleed for Fire on my Smite. Let's see, 2.7, 3.4, okay. Just to see. Yeah, you get some more life out of it. Nice. Okay. All right. What we've done is we've 24, 28, great. We've been through a bunch of zones. We've talked about the game. We've played the game. It's been a good run. Thank you so much, Rabid Dog, for showing up and watching along. Hope you have a wonderful evening. Here's my pile of loot that, could turn into money, or, just sell it off and be done with it. And I think that's a pretty good overview and demo of these games. Are quite different, and they're still fun. PoE continues to draw me back. I talked to a guy early on. He said, "Oh, go meet me in King's whatever." Yeah, nah. You can leave that for a lot later in the game. So each challenge league has a gimmick, and some of it you can just kind of ignore as you go. All right, well, thank you all very much. And we're going to shut down here. Sounds good, Rabbit. I'll see you later. I got my old outro card. I'll swap to that. Y'all take care. This is a real cozy channel. I'm going to go raid out. Thanks again for watching.